All right, all right. So Virgos, welcome back, everybody. All right, we are going to jump into this storyline where we're going to do a full-on Celtic cross. And so hold on, because I got to keep all these cards in order. Take me. Ooh, wow. Okay, Virgos. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on, hold on. These have to stay exactly the way they came out. And I don't. Hold on. I didn't even turn these over yet. Only one is upright. Let me get two more, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. So this is going to be a story about one particular person, one particular person's viewpoint right now, okay? Let's see what we've got here. Okay. So, wow. Okay, we are beginning. It's going to be a complicated one. Everybody grab your popcorn. Hold on to your pantyhose. Here we go. We got the Tower. At the heart of everything, somebody's going through massive transformation. Now, if you've watched my channel any length of time, you know I love the Tower. Aries energy, the Tower is all about major shakeups that needed to happen. The Tower sets us free because who wants to be kept in a tower? A tower is where we used to, put people and lock them up. So if I would choose freedom myself over like even a gilded palace that I can't leave. So that's why I'm such a fan of a tower, because even if it, this tower actually has like a crown on the top. So we would imagine that that was a nice place to be, but you still are stuck in four walls. So whoever this is, even if they had like a lot of stuff in their life, money, status, it could have felt really confining. So something has gone through a major change. At the heart of everything, somebody is maybe having a major metamorphosis in themselves. The card that crosses it is the Justice card, Libra energy. The reason we have a tower that is melting down is possibly because things that are unfair can only last for so long. Things that are imbalanced, like the universe doesn't favor imbalance, right? Everything in the universe is trying to get to its most stable form, which is usually like if we built a tower of lies. There's a quote, I think, by Mark Twain that says, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember the lies. It's way easier to tell the truth because you don't have to remember what the story was. I feel like it's a little bit of that. Somebody's life might have been built up on all kinds of things that were not really balanced and equal and harmonious. So it was only a matter of time before this was destined to fall apart anyway, because the universe favors simplification. And simplification comes with usually a sense of stability, right? So this was going to happen for somebody anyway. Usually a tower comes in because it has to, because things aren't sustainable the way they've been, or it comes in unexpectedly. Sorry, guys. I move back like you're here with me. I'm trying to be polite. It's such a force of habit. This Justice card, though, with the Libra energy, I mean, we could have had something in the legal system for somebody, and it finally came to a head. And it's like, thank goodness, because at least we have a change. So we have Aries and we have Libra for starters. Underneath it all, we have a Page of Cups in the upright. This is allowing somebody to step forward now and to have a new fresh start, a new beginning, make an offer, something that's sincere. Something has changed dramatically in somebody's life that is permitting them to give an apology, to permit them to actually step forward. They're wobbly about this. This is, notice it's just a page, right? So our pages are our children. This is like a new beginning. It's a little like, oh my gosh, can I do this? I mean, we see this huge tidal wave of emotion behind this, but she's standing here kind of smiling and holding this little cup like, okay, can this be the beginning of a whole lot of conversation? Something has changed that is permitting this to happen. In the recent past, somebody had a ton of success here. We got the Six of Wands. Somebody felt really good about the life that they were living, or they felt like maybe they knew that this was coming, and maybe there was already a date in mind where it was like, I know that this change is going to happen. I know it's going to shake up my world, and then I know I can move forward. Because the reason I'm interpreting it like that is because somebody's crowning thoughts are the Seven of Pentacles. This has been already a ton of time has passed and a ton of effort has been put into something. So let me pause and say, this could be right now, I see it as one of two storylines. Either we have a character that this is happening to, where They've known that it was just a matter of time. They had to wait to a certain date. They knew that maybe the court system was involved. It was going to get, resolved. And then from there, either they were going to be, like, how do you say it when it's like their name is cleared, their good name is cleared, someone will actually give them the apology. It feels like they already knew that this was going to work out. It's already been a long time in the works, but it's getting worked out. This could be us that has been like saying, I know that it's going to be made right. I trust that the universe is helping make a situation right. And I trust that my success is going to, the effort I've been putting in is going to yield amazing results. Now, this could also be about a character who has been kind of like hung up in some difficult set of circumstances for a period of time, but they have known things would get worked out, and they may be wanting to come back in to give the Virgo an apology, a love offer. It's like, I've known for such a long time that this day would come, because this person has been working for a very long time for exactly this opportunity. And that I definitely see, because these two cards are opposite each other. And then this was a recent past. Somebody already knew this is going to work, but it's been a long time coming. In the upcoming future, we've got the Four of Wands. I mean, this feels very much like a love situation, like someone is finally able to free themselves from a difficult set of circumstances so they can come in and they can make the sincere offer that they want to have, or the thing that was prohibiting them from having this amazing love offer and reunion with someone, that's getting wrapped up, and now they know that they're going to be able to move toward this beautiful Four of Wands. This can also talk about relationships in general. This could talk about business. This could be somebody who is like, I've been working so hard to, maybe we've been fighting a legal battle with somebody over, whatever it is, something about career stuff, something about money, because the Seven of Pentacles can definitely talk about money. This could also be that I know now that my company is going to be able to be successful. I'm going to get that loan. I'm going to get whatever the legal fees are figured out. This could have been a big old battle that somebody had in the realm of like finances. In the hopes and fears, we got the Knight of Pentacles. So how long will it take to get this that I want off the ground? How others see this person is very focused on a reunion. It's like, as soon as this person is free of that tower, they are headed straight toward the person they want to be with, the business plan that they already had in their mind that they were prohibited from having the money to move forward with, or they were tangled up in legal battles. I mean, this could have been like someone was stuck in a business, maybe a business and a marriage with somebody, and they had to get all of that worked out and get themselves free so they could have, this could reference new business dealings as well as a marriage with someone that they really want to be with, but they had to first end a former commitment somewhere else. Whatever it was, to me, it's a very tangled web that had to get untangled, and it had to be like done very precisely so that there's no tags back, right? With that judicial system involved with the justice, it's like, no, this had to get really sorted out because somebody wants to have this new beginning, and other people who know them know exactly where they're headed. They can see this person having the success that they really are hungry for. So very nice in that sense. However, when we see what does somebody want and what is the outcome, we've actually got the King of Swords in the reverse, and the outcome is actually the Two of Swords, which is still being defensive. Somebody doesn't actually want to explain everything, or they don't want to hear what somebody has to say. The very same individual who's maybe making all these plans, it could be that the person they want to come to now doesn't want to hear a word that they've got to say. They could be very defensive. So it's a little bit of a contradiction here. This is not so smooth. Let's do some clarification, because of course my storylines can never be simple, can they? Tell me first about the Tower. What is it that is shaking things up? Hold on. I'm not going to take those. They didn't actually pop out, but it was like 5 cards all at once. It flipped over. The Tower is about the Fool in the reverse. So the reason somebody couldn't move forward, the reason somebody was stuck, those things are actually changing. This person could have felt like a fool too, but they were unable to move. Why? Because they were trapped. 9 of Wands. wounded warrior energy, somebody who maybe made some mistakes along the way. This was like, and they might have made multiple attempts to try to set things right, and it just wasn't happening. This is, this is almost like I look at this as like a Van Helsing, like the vampire hunter. I don't know. I feel like somebody has wanted to come in powerful and have things in their life fixed, but I feel like they kept making attempts to get things right, and it wasn't working. So they stayed stuck. I don't think it's because they wanted to. Let's ask about the Justice card. Why is the Justice card? What's crossing that stuck energy? Tower in the reverse. So we have a dual message on this then. This is not simply that someone was stuck and they wanted to fix things, but they just couldn't because there were blockages. This was that someone needed to change the way they were going about fixing something. Someone was producing some of their own blockages by trying to get out of things without doing the real work that it was going to take to fix things. They wanted an easier way out. They were unwilling to change or release the things that they needed to. 10 of Pentacles. It might have had a lot to do with they didn't want to. Okay, let's put it this way. Let's use the analogy of this was all about like business related stuff. So somebody wants to, they're saying, it is not fair that this other person is, holding on to half of my company. It's my company first and foremost, but because technically we were business partners, they want part of my company if we're going to be separating. And I don't want them to take half of my assets. So I've been resisting that separation because I want to hold on to all of the money for that year. And so I want to not create a business, disruption until the following year where our revenue is less, something along those lines. So they held themselves stuck because they would not let go. They wanted to come out with more revenue or more substance. Now, this could be about relationship stuff too. Like, I want to be divorced from somebody that is not making me happy. We're not making each other happy, but I'm not going to if I think they're going to take part of my stuff. I don't want to have to sell that house until the market is better or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and be the blockage here because I want what I think is fair out of this. So someone was their own blockage. So the Justice card is about what is karmically fair, but it's also sometimes, look, we all have free will, right? So when we look at what is justice, what is harmony, what is fair, what is balanced, we really are kind of in charge of it to a certain extent. Because if we're going to make things less fair, we're like, oh, I'm so mad, I'm stuck. I'm stuck because I won't surrender anything. I want it my way. So then we can't really cry and say, well, I'm really stuck because so-and-so is doing me dirty. And it's like, well, did you relinquish your hold on that thing? No, because I don't want so-and-so to get all of that stuff from me. Well, then we made our own unfairness. And I feel like that's the thing. Somebody would not see it that way. They held on and held on and held on because they wanted to have a great outcome with finances. And it's a little bit like, then you kind of created more imbalance because you wouldn't surrender. And I'm not saying that, oh, we just roll over and let everybody take everything. But in this case, they were resisting a change because they were holding on because they thought they would wind up in a better set of circumstances. So the universe is like, you made some of your choices here, and your choices created more imbalance than if you had simply let go. Okay, so somebody's delays were partially their own doing. That may sound harsh, but I don't get to change what cards come out. Wow. And that Page of Cups is now being clarified by the Devil. Somebody has to apologize to another person for having been trapped in that mindset. I held on way too long to a different business situation or to a partnership that deprived me of being able to come toward you. Or maybe this is apologizing to themselves. I deprived myself the right to, pursue something else because I was clinging and holding on with, white knuckle in it, holding on to things that were not good for me. And I need to apologize either to myself or I need to apologize to my Virgo for having done that because I was very gripped and trapped in, I wanted things to work out for me. And so I actually maybe I did wrong by another person. I did wrong by myself by holding on so tightly to something. Because the devil card is always us doing wrong to ourselves as well, right? It's toxic stuff that we were stuck with. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So I blocked our growth. I blocked my own growth by staying stuck in that toxic energy that made me hold on and resist making changes. And I created the problems because I wouldn't let go. I wouldn't let the tower fall. Why is somebody letting the tower fall now? Ooh. Ace of Swords, because they looked at themselves and they saw the truth of it. Somebody now knows I was my blockage here. Whoever this person is, if they were unable to come toward the Virgo because they wouldn't let go of a former relationship because they didn't want their ex to get everything, they're now realizing I made it so I couldn't be with Virgo because I was intensely attached to arguments and fighting with my ex. And I now see that I did that. Tell me, why do they have the Six of Wands in the reverse? Nine of Swords in the reverse. They were, this person was kind of swaggering too. They were kind of like, oh, I'm not worried about it. This will all work out. But I feel like they might have either overstated their thoughts on things. I think that somebody's having a change of heart. They're realizing that they delayed a ton of growth, but in the past they thought, I'm going to do it this way. It's going to all work out to my advantage. I'm not going to surrender a penny to my ex. I'm going to hold on to everything, when they didn't realize until now that they actually kept themselves stuck. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles and their crowning thoughts. Ooh, Strength card. This person is of the opinion now that they have the courage to make the changes that are necessary, that they have grown from this situation. Maybe it's because they do see things differently now. They think that they can come back in and have success. Tell me about the Four of Wands in the upcoming future. Ooh, we got 3 cards. What are they? We've got the Moon. We got the Four of Wands. We got the Eight of Wands. Wow. So they are thinking this person might be overstating what is going to work out. So in the upcoming future, they think that they're coming back in and they're going to have this amazing romance. Virgo is mine. You are, oh gosh, you love me so much and I love you so much. It's going to be perfect. I just know it. I mean, they're doubling down on it. It's like, you're my dream come true. And all I have to do is come in, and maybe I'll explain part of what happened, why I took so long. Maybe I'll keep part of it where I don't explain it. But what I'm really going to say, the emphasis of what I'm going to tell you is like, you have been the only thing on my mind. All I've dreamt of is you. I'm going to tell you all that, and it's going to be gold, right? You are going to want me. Really? Really? Because we got a Moon here with a big old hairy tarantula. This big old tarantula monster is coming between this tower like, do you really think Virgo's not going to immediately say, back up? Let's talk about the tarantula. I mean, this is like, this person is not, they're not going to get away with only telling half of the story here. Coming in with an apology, sorry it took so long, coming in with, like, I want you so much, I've only thought of you, not going to be enough. This is going to be, so where were you? It's not, sorry I took so long. Why did you take so long? There's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be explained from what I can see. Let's see. Maybe that's just Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, no. So it's not just Sassy Kate being the storyteller. It is exactly what I'm thinking is somebody, if this is somebody coming toward the Virgo doesn't care to hear about, I want you and only you. I've, only been able to fantasize about you. The Virgo is more concerned with, then why weren't you here? Because I'm defensive. Don't tell me your pretty words. Tell me what happened. Tell me about the tarantula, because I've been in a whole lot of hurt, and that hurt's not going away because you walk in and say, I've been dreaming of you. I could care less if you've been dreaming about me. Where were you? Because dreams do me no good. Remember, okay, so I'm a Virgo, a lot of Virgo. And I feel like it's kind of a Virgo trait to say, we deal in facts. We deal first in facts. And then once we have the pieces, it doesn't mean we aren't super loving too, but we are analytical minds is what the Virgo traits are, right? And I'm not somebody who subscribes to all the beliefs about, if you are this sign, then this is how you are, because there's a million things that have nothing to do with me. But I'll still say, in the general sense, in this storyline, the only thing really, I mean, I feel like the Virgo is going to shut this down and be like, keep your pretty words. Talk about the tarantula. this is what needs to be dealt with first. Don't tell me how loving you are and how much you just want to see me and sorry it took a while. I need to know the details of why did it take so long, because there was a lot of hurt here, a lot of defensive energy, a lot of woundedness. I want to know, why did you hurt me? It's almost like we want to know, was there a good reason for this? Well, why did somebody do this? I just feel this is like, I don't want to say holding somebody's feet to the fire, but it's a little bit of that. It's like people can't expect that they get to waltz back in now that they've figured out, the right time for everything. And the other person is just like, oh, great, you've arrived. Okay, perfect. I'll put my hand in yours and we'll just move on like none of these delays ever happened. And I kind of feel like that's what somebody is hoping for, or really thinking like that's what's going to happen. Let's ask about that Knight of Pentacles in the hopes and fears position. Please remember, these are only fictional stories. We have a Three of Wands. This person they are dreaming of how they want it to be. I kind of think this person is aware that, might it take a little while for the Virgo to warm back up to me? Could it take a little bit? Because I want a future. Let's see. Tell me about the Three of Cups. Because everybody who knows this person knows right where they're headed. The way the Lovers. Yeah. So everybody who knows this person knows that they are headed straight for their Virgo. They've always known that the Virgo is in love, or the person is in love with their Virgo, right? So everyone who knows them knows they're headed back for a reunion with the person that they view as their perfect match, right? It could be a masculine, and the yellow energy is coming toward the Virgo, and the green energy doesn't have to be, but we do have, like, it's no mystery. People who know this person well know exactly who they want. They know all along they've been in love with the Virgo. They know that that's who they want to get back to. Okay, so why do we have that King of Swords in the reverse? Could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, who is our lead character that we've been talking about, who does not want to explain everything. They flat out don't. What they were hoping is they can come in and give love, 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 words of love, and not have the Virgo ask them about the tarantula. But let's see. We have the Empress, Libra, Taurus. It's interesting. Hold on. If somebody is hoping that they don't have to explain all of this, ooh. If they want the King of Swords, if that's the desire for somebody, I don't want to explain this. I want you to bypass the things that I didn't explain and just look at me as your perfect match. But then we have this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. I feel like someone really wants us to bypass where were all the blockages, and can't we just live in this beautiful, beautiful space? Can I just kind of like woo you with the focus of you're the one I put on a pedestal. That's why there were delays. It's because I had to get things good enough to be with you. I don't want to talk about all the stuff that was a problem or a blockage. I just want to focus on this. And they may also want to believe that this person has just been sitting there waiting for them, that Virgo's just been sitting there on the pedestal waiting for them. It's almost like this person is just trying to focus on the positive. They want so much not to talk about the negative, to just be able to step into this beautiful, beautiful world. So these two, I don't know what the other one is yet. We have a Page of Cups and we have a Three of Pentacles, both sideways. I feel like what this person really wants is to come in and just see, like they view the Virgo as their empress, whether it's masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. But their desire is to not talk about anything other than how much they care about this person. I don't see how that's going to fly. I just don't, because this is sideways. They know darn well it may not fly. If they're real with themselves, they know, I don't know if the Virgo is going to accept anything from me. Will they communicate with me? Will they work through this with me? Will they accept an offer of love? Will they give me an offer of love in return? So their outcome is a Two of Swords. So let's look at that Two of Swords. Ooh, Knight of Cups in the reverse. So this person keeps holding back. I'm just not a fan of this story at all. Four of Swords in the reverse. Seven of Wands in the reverse. So the outcome is they keep holding back now, because I think that they are aware, like, geez, I don't know. Will this work? Will Virgo, what will happen? Can I just bypass everything that I should be explaining and just have Virgo hear me say, like, I want to be here. I love you. Everything's going to be great. If their outcome is the blockage, the Two of Swords, to me, it's like the actual actions that they take they're not coming forward with any love offer right now. And I'm sorry, did I say Knight of Cups is King of Cups in the reverse? They're not coming forward with any love offer right now. They're trying to wait for like more healing to happen and wait until they feel like there's not going to be blockages. So again, this person is wasting time of making things right. Is that what's going on here? Hold on. Let's see. Ace of Cups in the reverse, Eight of Cups in the upright. You know, it very well may end up that this person is trying to convince themselves, you know, as they think through all this, all the things of what they want, when they really boil it down and they start to imagine like how the Virgo is going to react, they work themselves into this idea that maybe I should just leave Virgo alone for a while. That's what it's leaning toward. Hold on. We're going to change the dialogue here. We're going to ask a different question because I feel like this person is super dodgy. They kind of just like how we saw them at the beginning. They were, you know, I going through a major change, but I held on and I wouldn't change for a long time. Now I have, and I'm kind of cocky, thinking I can have what I want. And then as I get closer to being able to have or to come toward the Virgo, I get more and more like withdrawn, like, ooh, but I don't think Virgo is going to like what I've done very much. And I don't want to explain it. And if they're not just going to accept what I come to the table with, which is not explaining where I've really been, why I was so delayed, yikes, I don't know if I want to face the Virgo. So maybe I'll just wait. I mean, if that's this person's energy in this storyline, this character, okay, what do they really feel for the Virgo? I mean, we've seen them thinking that the Virgo is their everything. King of Wands, this person loves the Virgo. They love the Virgo. And also, do you see how apprehensive this King of Wands is? Look at his hands. That's not somebody who's calmly here. This is somebody who's like, ooh, what do I do here? This is somebody who has a ton of love, and I think they've made all the wrong choices so far. But what are they going to do toward the Virgo then? Ooh, that's so many cards. Oh, that's so many cards. Okay. You got to be kidding me. Okay, one at a time. So we're going to read them the way they came out. We have got the Ace of Swords. So I'm asking, what are they going to do? Okay, they're going to have to come to some conclusion, some truth, right? Page of Wands. They're kind of like slowly making their way back in, but they're coming in sideways. This is like somebody who, I'm not saying somebody's creeping into somebody's backyard, but this is like somebody that doesn't show up at your front door. They don't want to see you pull. They don't want to have you see them pull up to the front of your house. They park on the other block and then they walk towards your house by coming through the vacant lot or the forest beside your house and kind of like casually act like, well, should I approach? It's like somebody is still hesitant. They're kind of scoping out, like, should I go knock on your front door? I don't want you to see me approaching your front door unless I'm really ready to go knock on it. But it's almost like they got to test the waters, come towards you a little bit. Like, should I? This person is trying to, they figured out that they have to come towards you, but they just don't know how to do it yet. So they're like practice run. It's like reconnaissance. Page of Coins. Look at this. This page is literally pushing on the horse, trying to make the horse go, but they're pushing on the horse sideways. They're really coming at things in a sideways fashion. I keep feeling like somebody is approaching you, not head on, not to say what they need to say, but to come at you sideways to kind of like sense, like, what would it be like if I had to face you and look you in the eyes? I have all this emotion. I feel like they've been dodging coming forward. I feel like this person has been dodging coming forward, yet the outcome is they realize they have to come towards you, but they're still procrastinating. They're still trying to test the waters. This person is just not very strong in their maturity. Their emotions are there, but their actions are very childlike. Very childlike. I mean, you don't even know how to push on a horse. You know, normally you'd kind of, lead the horse, give him a carrot, have him follow you, or it's very strange energy. We have the World. This person, they really want a new beginning. They really want a new beginning. They may wind up getting some wisdom at some point here. That's what the World is it's like this person is coming at this in all the wrong way. Maybe they're realizing that they've come at it in totally the wrong way. Maybe that's what the Ace of Swords really is I'm realizing that I have come at my Virgo totally wrong. I have approached in a sideways fashion every single time. I've been trying to dodge telling the Virgo everything that is true. So the only way to do this is if I start fresh, is if I walk up and I say everything the way it is. Star card. Wow. Virgo is what I want. So now we've got Capricorn in here, and then we've also got Aquarius. So I really, really, really want to explain that you are my wish come true. Okay. We're getting more real. However, and this is why I was laughing, because I saw this devil, and this devil card kind of cracks me up because it's just a dude in a costume. Capricorn energy again. We have like somebody who has to come clean about, like, I've been so scared. I have produced my own blockages at every turn, and I have worn a costume. I have worn a mask. I feel like this is this person. And this is the part that they got to explain, right? They've been in their own way. They've been wearing a mask. They didn't want to explain the mistakes they've made. They didn't want Virgo to know that it was their own, like, I'm going to say, like, selfish. Remember, we had the Justice card. The Justice card is about, not being fair. If the way they were behaving was not fair to themselves nor to the Virgo, they need to come clean about that. But the reason that they weren't being fair, the reason maybe they were filled with greed, and so their greed was ruling them, because the devil is our toxic behavior. Somebody is realizing that the only way to potentially have this Four of Wands is if they really can come clean about, like, I was super, I was all about the money. I wasn't going to let go of something until I felt like, maybe I held on and I let the court systems deal with it. And that was a 2-year battle when I could have just surrendered the money and been divorced way sooner. So I could have been with you. But instead, I let it drag on for 2 years because of my greed. That's what happened. But you are the person that I want. I was overwhelmed with greed. I was wearing this greedy little costume, I got in my own way, and that made me get in the way of us. I feel like this person is realizing that is the only way to approach us. Totally truthful. They have been trying to not explain that, which is probably another thing that is basically in the way. They can't come to someone who they had big delays with and couldn't be honest with if they're still going to come in and not be honest. That's not going to fly. Certainly not with a Virgo, because like we said, if they do not talk about the tarantula, whatever that was on the moon card, that big old tarantula coming through the moon, the towers on the moon card, they're not getting through the door with Virgo. And they know this. So they've basically avoided Virgo for possibly a period of time, which to me, like, almost adds like a double layer of, wait a second. So you mess things up. You didn't come forward. Then knowing that you didn't want to explain the truth of why you messed things up and delayed stuff because of your own greed, you don't want to admit that. So then you add more delays in there and try to kind of walk away from this, only to discover you can't walk away because you love the Virgo. So now there's only one way to come through, which is be honest, admit that you've been a kid about this. You've been coming at everything sideways, and that will not do. You have to start fresh. If you're going to have any success with a Virgo, you have to turn over a total new leaf. You have to be a new person. You have to always be upfront. If this is your wish come true, you have to first admit where the blockages were. You got to get out of your own way. And that comes with having to be honest about your own toxic choices. It's the only way you'll get a chance to stand beside Virgo. That's what it looks like to me. Wow, this one got really long too. I had expected this to be a shorty. I don't know. Sometimes these storylines, I just can't stop until I feel like I got the full story out. As always, guys, I am not a psychic. I don't tell any real stories whatsoever. These are always just tales about fictional characters. But the reason we read books and watch movies is because we are entertained. And then sometimes we also go, what would I do if I was those characters? And we start to like see our own behaviors in characters, or we look for things that we go, oh, okay, I can see that, or we can get irritated with characters, and and it's like we can kind of see where I would do things differently because I don't want to make the mistakes that those characters made. So just bear that in mind. My storytelling, I'm not a psychic. I don't pretend to be. This is not your story, no matter what. But whatever we choose is up to us to to create the story of our lives that we want to experience. And I think that's very empowering. So if you saw something in this that you enjoyed, please do give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for enjoying my storytelling. If indeed you do, thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for your lovely interactions with me as well. I appreciate it so much, you guys. Good to see you. You guys, thank you for your wonderful messages. Thank you for your wonderful messages. All right, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and make some changes on a few things here. Thank you, everybody. Sorry, I'm reading through your comments right now. Hi, Claudia. The Kevin. I love your name, the Kevin. That's awesome. Thank you. Keep me. Hello, Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. That's me too. I got a lot of Virgo. Hi, Nikki. I'm glad you popped by. Thank you for being here. Hey, Ryan. Hi, Shannon. Okay, Kendall. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, you guys. The tarantula, Claudia. I know, right? That I love that card. Actually, that's such a great. A tarantula for the parts that we don't know about yet. That's such a great like image on what needs to still be explained. I like that card. It's a big storytelling card. Hi, Dee from South Africa. Wow, thank you. Sergey, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, you guys, have a beautiful day. I'll see you again. I'm going to do, I think, 3 other zodiacs still today. So lots of love. Bye.